Hello and welcome to the Kundalini podcast. That was Zen. This is Tao. I'm Vivek Govekar. Namaste. This is episode 96. So today I thought I'd talk about a few things that I noticed recently. And one of them is the power of healing. It's very important. People ask me questions about several things, from mental things that bother you and make you agitated, to physical things, and mostly it's mental restlessness and some kind of thought pattern that is bothering people. So those things I thought I'd address and talk about. Power of healing through spiritual methods, faith healing, Reiki. Anywhere somebody sends an intent and healing occurs. I have been hesitant in the past to talk about this for several reasons. It adds complications to my process and makes it not about the relevant things. Because if the power of healing and me sending blessings to people, does that actually heal people? All of those things come into the picture, and I have been very careful about giving legal disclaimers related to the medical practice and its differentiation from the Kundalini process. You should go to the doctor and get treated for your extreme illnesses that need immediate attention. However, having said all of this and cautioned people and said that you should go to the doctor for anything and not wait for healing to occur by magical sources. Having said all of that, I do believe in the power of healing through intention. More important, I believe that we can harness the power of positive thinking to stave off illness. Now, this does not apply to an infection like COVID. You have to wear a mask, you have to sanitize your hands and take the proper precautions when you're in public and distancing, etc. But illness that we bring about by thinking about it. I have touched upon this subject in a previous video where I talk about sleep deprivation and how we bring it upon ourselves by bad habits like drinking caffeinated drinks late in the night, or watching TV, or distracting ourselves with things which keep us awake because our mind is still filled with thoughts. And the methods I gave were related to clearing your mind, centering, finding that balance on a day-to-day basis, and mainly discarding the junk accumulated that day. Do it on a daily basis. So an interesting thing happened to me recently. I ran into people that I knew in the past and may have wanted to know or meet, and they were disguised as somebody else or looked different in real life than they did on screen or on wherever I had seen them. And it brought about an interesting thought in my mind. The power of our perception, fooled by illusions, by the way something is presented, is exactly how we tend to absorb it. It hits the centers in our brain that have fears in them. For example, if you were a hypochondriac or in a family raised by people who were, at the smallest sign of illness would take precautions, make you aware of everything, the research available, how to prevent it, etc., it becomes difficult to cope mentally to the onslaught of this information coming from COVID, etc. So we make it worse in our own minds. Our own minds tend to make our problems worse. That I do believe in. So instead of talking about faith healing or Reiki or sending blessings and how effective they are at preventing illness, etc., think about it this way. You are priming the cascade of events about to happen in your day based on your mindset. I believe that has been made clear through my previous videos. how to remove the junk from the past. Use some method like prayer, meditation, mantras, cathartic writing, putting thoughts down to empty your mind, and then putting positive affirmations. Then you start noticing things. If I look at my Instagram feed and I see 10 panels with bad news because I have subscribed to different news outlets, it's partly my fault, but I can choose to absorb what I need and not be influenced by it by having those centers in my mind that already are primed to pick up fear based on some medical knowledge or information. No matter how distorted it is, biased it is, if there's any misinformation in it, my mind still works in the same way and gets agitated. That is under my control. And everyone can take precautions so that you're not increasing levels of alertness in the body that tells different centers in the body to respond in a certain way. Increasing cortisol levels, increasing your adrenaline, and just taking a few breaths, calming yourself, not acting on something. I read somewhere recently, the person said, it's okay to get angry, but do not act out in sin. So he was talking about sin being the action, not the thought. You can be angry, you can be agitated, and wait for your self-activated mechanism to kick in to calm yourself down before you act. Now you've avoided sin. In the same way, if you don't absorb the thought of illness, of anything that you have read, without investigating it first, thinking in your rational mind about the precautions that you're going to take, add to the layers of protection that you've already put in place, and calm yourself down about whatever that thought might be. It is just a thought created by an Instagram panel about some information. To bring it into reality and to increase your alertness levels so that that cascade of hormonal secretions, adrenaline, cortisol, etc., elevated levels, which is harmful to the body in the long run if you keep those levels high. But that mechanism was in place, evolutionary mechanism, so that human beings could fight danger. Now you are letting in thoughts of danger through panels showing you research about something medical, some news. When you've taken the right precautions, you are vaccinated, you wear masks, etc. Now you don't need to agitate yourself any further. Now it's just excess information. But the centers in your body, in your mind, ready to receive that information and act on it, are still active because your subconscious mind has not been switched off. And your conscious mind is feeding information by this news that it's reading. You see what's happening. You are participating in increasing your own stress levels that are detrimental to you, and you don't have an evolutionary method of coping. You still live in an animal body, and that body is in the control of your mind. In that way, if you stave off negative thoughts, if you keep away from absorbing this kind of information excessively beyond what is rational, after you have taken all the precautions, but your mind still gets perturbed, that is under your control. How you absorb that information, what you do with it, and what mechanisms you have to identify even that as junk and then discard it. Once that mechanism is working on your behalf, there's very little on the outside that can at least agitate you psychologically. You will always stay in an equanimity, in a calm. And by, if you start observing what got you agitated in the first place, oh, this would bother me in the past. For me, it was losing something that I was carrying on my person and not being able to focus enough to put it back in place so that I could get good use of it the next time. It would break, I would lose stuff. And all I had to do is focus on putting things back in their place, protecting them well, being careful. So now, that agitation caused by, oh, have I lost something again? Now what will somebody say, like my mom or my ex-wife, depending on the stage of life I was in? I had never learned. I had never bothered to learn and to be organized. And simple changes I made bring me more peace of mind, bring me more calm, less agitation, less adrenaline for silly reasons, less cortisol increase, and fewer stressors that I accumulate, activate, or in any way propagate throughout the day. Why? Because in the morning I took the time to empty everything, start from scratch, fresh start with positivity, breathing practices, some exercise, meditation, mindfulness. Okay, all my equipment is working. It is picking up everything right. I have discarded from my mind all the agitation and the junk I accumulated yesterday. Fresh start. I have hit a reset. So that prepares you, alerts you, and you absorb less of what can agitate you and break your equanimity. When you have that start to the day, and you have set up a method to identify what agitated you yesterday. Okay. And so what more measures do I add? What other positive method, new pattern can I now add on this layering? Because obviously the past methods, they worked well for a while. Now they're getting stale. I have put this back in autopilot, given it over to God, and put the best in my mind, and I'm still agitated. Or this might stress me, and something from an accumulation from the past is now bothering me again. What do I do? Okay, cathartic writing. Start from scratch, go back to the basics, and find that even keel calmness within you. This miraculously staves off the root causes of what could lead your body towards weakness, your mind towards susceptibility to illness. A little bit of prevention is worth many ounces, many pounds of cure. A little small 2 pinches of prevention done right, smart ways, and for the right reasons, and breaking out of old stagnant patterns through your personal effort done on a daily basis is the best way to stave off definitely mental illness, and eventually which accumulates and starts manifesting as physical illness or maladaptation of the body. Of course, feed yourself well. Nutrients, supplements, electrolytes, very necessary, vitamins on a daily basis, B complex, electrolytes to replenish the sodium that you have lost because you've exhausted yourself running in the sun. So hydration and electrolytes, Gatorade. Those things have to be done to keep everything nourished and functioning well. And then on top of that, you're layering your mental focus, your mental intent, nourishing ball of energy entering your body, a grounding mechanism, a visualization. All 7 chakras, all the sounds, colors of those chakras imagined, intoning the mantras, the bija mantras, lam, vam, ram, yam, sham, hum, om. Reciting the om sound along with your breath. So hum, om. More focusing, more centering, all thoughts gone. The more you do this, the more you bring about a calm within your being. And now you're reset, rejuvenated, ready to handle the rest of the day. Hope you found this helpful. This is Vivek Govekar signing out. Peace, love, blessings. Be well.